Hey guys, Justin here. I'm in Nam Cheong right now, and we take the West Rail line today. And we just gonna imagine that we're going back in time and go back down to 2003 and 2004, and we take the original West Rail line, which is the KCR West Rail from Nam Cheong all the way to Tuen Mun. So we're gonna do this original section of the West Rail. Here we go. Here's Mayfu. And the original West Rail, KCR West Rail, opened back in 2003, but I kind of forgot what's the date of that opening. But it originally terminates at Nam Cheong and all the way connects up to Tuen Mun. So that's why we're doing this original section. Before the West Rail line is actually opened, it takes years to get into Tuen Mun district, Yuen Long district, because you need to loop a big loop with the buses along the Tuen Mun highway through Nam Cheong and all the way into the Tuen Mun center. So that's a lot of time wasted before the West Rail line, before the KCR West Rail was opened back in 2003. And before the Kowloon East, I think it's the Kowloon East link expansion for the east of the West Rail line to Hong Kong. Before that is open, again the West Rail line does not have a lot of people taking it because Nam Cheong is so inconvenient to get to from the nearby places. So yeah, Here's Tuen Mun West here. And if you're in Tuen Mun, if you're taking into Tuen Mun from Tuen Mun, I suggest you take bus because it's actually way faster. But if you're going to Yuen Long, I suggest you take the West Rail line. Here is Tuen Mun West. We'll skip forward.
Please stand back from the train doors.
The lightings of the station is kind of not enough, but it's okay. Through Pathurn Tunnel, and we'll go out. Oops, again swiped and changed the selfie motion there. Sorry about that. Now the Tuen Mun line full line train test has started, and I've recently saw a few C trains passing through the new Hong Kong to Ho Man Tin section on the Tuen Mun line for the train testing. Later on, the old Hong Kong station, which is right now we're using for the West Rail line, will be demolished, will not be used anymore. We're gonna go to the new Hong Kong station because just to start the whole line train tests through. Basically, this is I think how the train test is gonna work. There will be two platforms on Hong Kong, and then one side will be for Wu Kai Sha for the Tuen Mun line later on, and one side will be going to Tuen Mun. And it might be it's going to be like Yau Ma Tei for the Kwun Tong line before. One side will be a not in service platform. Everyone needs to get off, and then the train keeps going for the train testing. And then the other side is for passengers going really for the original line. So I think one side for the new Hong Kong station will be the not service platform. And then after all passengers get off, the train will keep going to Ho Man Tin, to Pawan, and then all the way back up to Kai Tak. Then we'll continue the Tuen Mun Phase 1 service. Then the same thing for Kai Tak, the platform 1 probably is going to open. And after the Tuen Mun Phase 1 service, everyone get off at Kai Tak and goes over to West Rail line. I think that's how the train test is going to work throughout the whole line. Here is the outdoor section finally. And again, the sky is pretty bad actually today. Pretty foggy, but this is spring, so it is spring right now, so we can't complain too much. At least the windows of the SP1900s are not blurry, so we can film without too many troubles.
Next station, Nam Cheong Nam Cheong Road right here. Nam Cheong Road, we'll skip forward. Now, if you guys are wondering which car I'm in right now, I'm actually in the 6th car. So it's an M car. And also, I actually saw that this number is actually pretty new. And I think this train is actually pretty new. Because usually for the West Rail line, it should go up to like around the D360 mark. But this train is D383, D384 train, which is pretty new. And some of the other numbers like D365, D369 are on the Tuen Mun Phase 1. Here's Yuen Long. This station, if I remember correctly, should be in a shopping mall. So here's Yuen Long. Yuen Long here. We'll just wait for the train doors to close. More SP1900s on the other side, which for C trains though, there are only 3 of them on the West Rail line, so it should not be used right now. One of the shortest sections on the West Rail line. Long ping right here, or skip forward. More SPs. Trên trời Y。 almost done with the 2003-2004 version of the full journey of West Rail line. But we won't count it as a full journey because it is not a full journey anymore. And because we are using an SP1900, although it is 8 cars right now, but previously it should be 7 cars for the West Rail line. And then of course starting for the KCR West Rail, it is also 7 cars. So that's why, but it is still SP1900, so we still count this one as a original full journey. But of course it is not a full journey anymore. That's not a SP. Whether we can see any light rails? No light rails. Here's Silhong. You can change to like almost all of the lines of the of the light rails. Of course, except this Tin Shui Wai Circular 705, 706. And also no 761P. This is always the problem in Silhong, always a fail of the stopping spot. Here's Silhong. And the next station is Tuen Mun Terminus. More SPs. Now right down there is Choi Bridge / Ho Tin, and over there is Tai Hing Estate. And are we crossing turnback sliding? The answer is yes, we are. So doors will open on the left. And here's Tuen Mun, where we get off. Here's Tuen Mun, and we're not gonna wait for the train to leave. It takes too long, so we're ending the video right here. Remember to like and subscribe down below. Click the bell so that you can get notifications when I post. Click on these videos up top, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!